Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about all the problems with our 2004 GMC Envoy XL 5.3. Before continuing with the video, please hit that subscribe button and show your support to the channel. We bought this GMC Envoy last year from the original owner for less than $3,000 Canadian. It runs and drives, but not so well. Before going over all the issues with it, I want to start off with everything I've got fixed so far. And I will also go over the Carfax report in the end. For those of you who are new to my channel, I also have another GMC Envoy that we own since new. Check out my channel for more videos on that vehicle. First off, I got all the pulleys greased. One of the tensioner pulleys was making a whining noise when accelerating, so the grease took care of it. It's a very common problem on all GM vehicles from this era. Funny thing was, I had a mechanic tell me that it was a bad steering pump. Now, I'm not a mechanically inclined person, but even I knew it was not a steering pump noise. Anyways, I got the oil changed as well. I put regular conventional oil in it because I wasn't too sure about putting synthetic. If anyone can chime in on what oil they would use on a 5.3, comment down below. I run regular on my other Envoy as well, but synthetic oil for my Lincolns as it's a requirement. The other thing I got done was one of the actuators didn't function properly, so I had my backyard mechanic pull one out from the junkyard and install it for me without removing the dash. I'm sure the other actuators require you to remove the dash, but thankfully this was not one of them. It's very tight in there, but with the right tools you have decent access to at least two of the actuators under the driver's side area. I've also got a nice Boss head unit installed, replacing the Bose 6 CD changer that was in here. It's got Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. It also got hookups for a backup camera and a subwoofer as well. I will do a review on it once I figure out all the complications with this vehicle. We got the instrument cluster fully rebuilt as well. Only the speedometer worked when we bought the vehicle, so the cluster was the most important thing that we needed to get done first. Just last week I had my backyard mechanic install new spark plugs and wires. Changing spark plugs on this is a tedious job because there's not enough room to work here, but it's not impossible. Finally, I got the rear differential service and installed a new passenger side exhaust manifold. Now let's talk about everything that is wrong with this vehicle. Problem number 1. After getting the exhaust manifold done, I noticed the engine started misfiring. That's why I got the spark plugs and wires replaced, but it seems to make no difference at all. I pulled up some codes after changing the plugs and it said random misfire, misfire on cylinder 1, Bank 1 System 2 lean, and Catalyst System efficiency below threshold. I'm going to have a professional mechanic take a look at it and fix the problem, so stay tuned for that. Problem number 2. Windshield washer fluid is leaking from the reservoir. Every time I fill up the tank with fluid, it starts leaking. The leak is coming from what appears to look like a motor. It looks like a very easy fix. I just have to find the part number. Problem number 3. The AC does not work. The compressor spins, however no cold air comes out, so I'm assuming it has no refrigerant inside. Again, I'm going to take it to a professional mechanic to diagnose the issue. Problem number 4. Harsh gear shifting. The transmission has its mind of its own on this vehicle. The gear shifts are very hard between first and second. Sometimes the gear doesn't shift out of first until 5,000 to 6,000 RPMs under normal acceleration. And sometimes it shifts perfectly. I think I'm looking at a rebuild or a replacement of the transmission soon. Problem number 5. Water leak inside the front passenger area. This is the problem that I'm most concerned about at the moment. When I was vacuuming the carpet, I discovered a large area of wet carpet. We had a good week or two of snow when this happened. So when I took out the seats and carpet to see the potential leak, the floorboards were very wet and with lots of rust. The AC condenser drain was fine, so I ruled that out. I'm waiting for another rainy day so I can figure out where this leak is coming from. But most likely I think it's the weather stripping, or worst case scenario, there's a crack on the floorboard. Last but not least, problem number 6, an oil leak. I believe it's the front differential or oil pan leak. On our other Envoy, the front differential leak. But I'm not too concerned about this problem at the moment because it's a very minute leak, but maybe in the future I will get it looked at. But take a look at this. Let me know what you guys think about this leak in the comments down below. Now let's take a look at the Carfax report. Thankfully, there are no accidents or any major damage claims. This vehicle still has those mud flaps and splash guards from 2004. I do plan on replacing them because they've seen better days. This was a bit of a surprise for me as the transfer case got replaced very early during the vehicle's life. We haven't even touched the transfer case on our 06 with 440,000 kilometers on the clock, so I'm very curious to why it got replaced. Well, we can see here the engine oil has been flushed back in 2016, which is a good thing. I'm very glad that this is not a model with the active fuel management crap, as they're known for the lifters to fail. So with those models, you gotta keep on top with the engine oil changes. So in 2018 is when the owner started noticing the fluid leak, it looks like. Here it says engine oil leak, so it could very well be that instead of the differential leak that I was talking about. And in 2021 it looks like the alternator got replaced, and that's the end of the records. This vehicle was parked from January to November until it was bought by us. So according to the records, it looks like this vehicle is still on its original transmission. I'm thinking of changing the shift solenoid on the transmission and see if it helps with the shifts, because I really do not want to spend $2,000 on a new transmission. Anyways folks, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will definitely do an update on the engine misfire, so stay tuned. Bye for now.